All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today on this amazing Inspire call. We're very happy to see you guys here. And once again, having this call just reminds me of how awesome you guys are for your support and being on these calls. We had our compensation plan training at 5:00, and we have a lot of people that participated on that training. So guys, make sure that you guys support that call every Monday, first Monday of the month before this call at 5:00. And this next month we are going to be talking about the Wealth Builder system. So make sure you talk to your teams about it. And once again, guys, we're very, very proud of you guys for everything that you guys do, that supported you, that you gave us last month, being Mower Mountain and having an amazing time with whoever was here, and just hearing the testimonials when you guys came back home on how on sharing that energy that was shared during Mower Mountain. And it's just an amazing feeling to hear those stories, to hear the testimonials, to receive those texts with the goals on where you guys want to be by next year, by next month. You know, I've been reading some of you guys that send the text and your dream boards to me, and just being held accountable to your smaller goals. I know it's hard to do that, but I appreciate you guys stepping out of your comfort zone and just sharing that with us, and just working towards reaching your small goals in order for you to reach your bigger goals, your long-term goals. So we're super proud of everything that you guys are doing. As you guys know, the month of May was our biggest month. We just closed June, and we surpassed that month once again. And I know it's getting old, and I know I say that every time, but it feels good, even for us, for everybody here at corporate, just to see the growth that we have. Not every company out there has the growth that we're having for a 15-year-old company, which is, it says a lot about you guys and the leadership and all the work that you guys are doing out in the field, sharing the products and the mission and your stories to everybody around you. So we're super proud of you guys for doing that. And I'm going to start talking a little about, our important information, important dates that we have for this month. Just so you guys, if you guys want to take note, on July 3rd, we started the new call center hours. Now they start at 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and that's Utah time. Once again, it starts at 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Utah time. That's our new call center hours, Monday through Friday. So please make sure that you talk to your teams about it. July 14th and 15th is Sizzle Day of Service, Friday and Saturday too. So this is our second year that we do that in honor of Tom Mower Sr. So make sure that you guys get together with your teams and do some kind of a service project for your community. If you can take pictures, we would love to see what you guys are doing. We're doing this on a global basis, and I know that Japan is doing their thing, and Europe and everybody, all the markets that we're in, are doing the same thing. So if you have the opportunity, let us know how those days went for you guys, sharing your story, sharing pictures of it. So we want to make sure that this is successful. And as the more that we grow year by year, we can see this day being bigger and bigger and helping a lot of people out there. Another important date that we have is July 15th. We have the Sizzle Appreciation Saturday. Thomas Mower will be there with Laura and Ray in Centerville, Missouri. So if you want to hear what Thomas has to say, go and tell your team about it, July 15th. And like I say, amazing leaders like Laura and Ray will be there. July 19th will be the deal of the day. It's an amazing deal that we're putting together for you guys. It's a 24-hour sale, 10 a.m. to 10 a.m., July 20th. Make sure you share that with your teams as well. And also July 29th, there's an Ohio Mini Masters event, which Thomas will be there as well in Berlin, Ohio. So we have those two events that Thomas will be there this month. So make sure everybody knows. If you guys have people around the area, let them know about these two amazing events. For July and August promotion, guys, we are going to be focusing on the summer catalog packs. Remember that each one of these packs have already a discount, a 10% discount, just like we do the promotions, monthly promotions. So these packs that we have are amazing. The brand new products. We've heard a lot of good feedback on the new products that we have. So make sure that you guys share these with your teams. We're going to be focusing once again July and August on this promo. We have our coffee, our premium instant is now in sticks, which is amazing. We've had a lot of feedback, positive reviews on that. And yes, if you're asking if we're going to be getting the other products and sticks, that's the plan, to have all our powders, rips, sports, and everybody, fire and ice and sticks. That's the plan in the near future. But just so you guys know about that. We have our premium ground is now with a newly designed pouch. So this is another upgrade that we did to the packaging on the ground coffee. It's the same formulation, nothing changed on the product. It's just a brand new packaging that we updated it. And that's what we have right now as announcements. We actually we have an update on the wealth builder packs. We have a brand new wealth builder pack, which is the Max Motion wealth builder pack, which consists of 5 tubs of Max Motion or equine collagen, and has a 10-pack of brochures. And we'll be talking a little about this particular pack and the nice surprise that we have for you guys for this particular wealth builder pack. So in case you guys want to build your business around this, I know that everybody or most of the people here are interested in courses and have a lot of contacts and friends and people around that industry that would love to start a business doing this. We're going to have a great contest for you guys that we'll share with you in a minute. Another update that we did with the fitness wealth builder pack, we actually are going to change the name to weight loss wealth builder pack, which instead of having 2 Sizzle Lean and 2 Sizzle Sport, we're going to have 1 Sizzle Lean, 1 Sizzle Sport, and we added the Balance D and the Turn and Burn. It already had the detox, so we wanted to add the 2 products that will make this pack a weight loss pack. And in case you want to lose the weight or you want to use it as maintenance, we added the Balance D, which is a pro and prebiotic and fiber, and the Turn and Burn, which is the product that's helping a lot of people, lose weight day and night. So we have those packs available now, and so all of this stuff that we have, guys, is for you guys, and thank you for the feedback that you guys are giving us. One of the things I love about this company is that we listen to the field, and we try to be as helpful as possible to make sure that you guys grow your business as easy as possible. So we have tons of recognition as well. We're gonna now do some recognition and about with our distributor of the month. I had the opportunity of talking to her a little earlier, and they got recognized during Mower Mountain for ranking up super fast. And Leisel is going to be interviewing them. So Leisel, the time is yours. Go ahead. Absolutely. Noah and Marian, are you guys on?
Good evening. I'm here.
Good evening, guys. We're excited. You're our new 5-star. Super exciting. And we love to have you guys on these calls. It's super fun and interesting for the other teams to hear how you guys have built your business. I was reading just a little bit on the Distributor Spotlight, a few interesting things that you do a 3x3 structure using the Wealth Builder packs. I kind of want to ask you about that. But the first question I ask everybody is, when did you guys first come into Sizzle?
Hey, good evening, everybody, and thank you, first off, for the honor of being here tonight. It's amazing, the Sizzle family that we get to meet along the journey, and that is one of the rewards. So we've been with Sizzle, well, it'll be 5 years in September, and it does not feel like that long. It feels like we're just getting started, and I truly believe we are. We've had some personal growth to go through and lots of things that we learned along the way to help with our Sizzle business.
Well, 5 stars in 5 years is quite an accomplishment and very cool. So when you guys first heard about Sizzle, what was the product that kind of sprung out to you and got you kind of excited about trying them?
Oh, that's interesting. Well, I have to say the Mower mission, or the toxin-free line, the education on toxins and chemicals, I was super not interested at all when Amanda first contacted us, because of prior experiences with network marketing. I thought they were all a scam, and I just was not interested in looking into another one. So because she was a friend, didn't really want to say no, but I was not interested either. Well, so unfortunately, Noah can't be here tonight. He had other commitments, but he's the reason. I always tell everybody he's the reason that we're here. Because when I just kept saying no to Amanda, she called one day that I was not at home, and he got to talk with her. So he scheduled the event, and so she came and did an event, and I was totally blown away by the information she shared. At that time, I was looking at toxin-free products, and I was looking for something to be healthier for my family. I thought I had found it. I was using something that was toxin-free, or so they said. And when she left that night, I took the brochure and I went through the house, and I was so upset to find that these ingredients were in these so-called toxin-free. So for me, I was sold on the Mower mission, first off.
Very cool. I love that. So the whole mission and that whole toxic-free living is what really appealed to you.
It was the education that came with it.
Did you replace kind of everything as you started out?
No, we started slow. We started with the shampoo and conditioner, body wash, and then we gradually moved on to the laundry soap, toothpaste, and Terminator, and absolutely loved it. I had used some natural laundry detergents and wasn't very impressed with them, just because I thought I needed to use the whole container, and I thought it was expensive before I actually had clean clothes. And when I started with Sizzle, they told me don't use a lot, just use a little bit, and it'll go a long way. And I was so impressed. My whites were whiter and my colors were brighter, and I was just sold. It was just the most amazing experience. And that was kind of where we started, but I also had health challenges, and we decided to look into the natural supplements as well. And one of the things that I started with was the H2 sticks because of my heart condition. And I am just so blessed to tell people that after 5 years with Sizzle, I have no symptoms of my heart issues, which was SVT. So to me, Sizzle has impacted our lives all around.
What a great testimonial. I love that. So 5 years on, it's really hard to ask people this, even us here, but do you have a favorite product that is just your go-to every day? You can't be without it. Sometimes it's a couple, but yes, for you, what is it?
Yes, for me, it's the H2 sticks. You don't hear that a lot, but I just cannot do without it. The hydrogen and the magnesium and everything, it's just something that it's just amazing. So for everybody on the call, if you have not tried H2 sticks, I'm telling you, there's no turning back once you do.
Yeah, they're awesome. I actually have a son who just the other day ran out and he's like, Mom, get me some H2 sticks. I cannot live without those. And it's just kind of funny. They kind of just start to use it and fall in love with it after a time of not. And it's definitely a family favorite of mine. So as you started to get in and use the products, at what point did you kind of start thinking about the business? Did that come?
So I told Amanda right off that I'm not doing the business. I said, I'm just not interested. I'll use the product, but I'm just not going to do the business. But, after you're using something and it is impacting your family and your life, and it is making such a difference, you can't help but share. And so that's where I was starting to share with people and not even realizing that I'm actually starting a business. And so for me, when I first looked into Sizzle, I wanted to see what was the heart of Sizzle, what was their true mission. And so I remember my first time going to a mini masters where Tom Sr. was presenting, and I just felt his humbleness and his integrity, and I knew then that this was something that was just way beyond anything else out there, and I wanted to be a part of it. And I remember calling Amanda and telling her, "Hey, I'm in. What do I need to do?"
Oh, that's very cool. That's very cool. And one of the things I like most about these calls are afterwards, I'll have distributors talk to me and say, just listening to, their team meets or, their product trainings they do once a month kind of gives other people ideas. So reading and obviously you guys are having some great success. You say you have your 3x3 structure using the Wealth Builder packs. Can you talk a little bit about how you've used that to create your successful 5-star business now?
Absolutely. So we've been attending Masters conventions since we started with Sizzle 5 years ago. There might have been one we skipped, but in each of these events, they talk so much about the 3x3 and they talk about the 5 steps to success. And if you're sitting in a room where there's people that are super passionate about what they're doing, and you just kind of, you just can't help but get excited, and you want to be a part of what they're so excited about and what makes them successful. And we always wanted to do a 3x3 because I just thought it was the coolest thing. So when we attended Mower Mountain a year ago, on the way home, we were super excited and fired up. And my husband looked at me and he said, "You know what? We're going to help 3 people reach 1 star and build a 3x3. And I was like, wow, that's only a year that we have to do this. But we wrote that goal down. And I always tell my team, it's so important to have a powerful goal that moves you, because it helps you create that action plan to take the small steps. And soon you're doing the things and not really knowing what's happening in the big picture. But anyway, we wrote it down, and we've just my husband is very good in breaking down things to what we can do as monthly, as a family and things. So we scheduled an event with 3 people. And I want to give a shout out to the team, because without them saying yes to hosting a team, hosting these events, it wouldn't have been possible for us. So because of their yeses, we could move on. And so we did, each of these 3 people, we did an event every 3 months. That's what we could do. We had to travel a lot, and we just stayed consistent. Every time we left that event, we would schedule the next one for the next 3rd month. And that has been amazing what the results have been with that. And I think it's just the people are looking for you. They know when you're coming back, and they have more people that they want to bring. They have more questions. They're using the products. They can bring their stories, and it is absolutely amazing. And everything we did is absolutely duplicatable, and everything we learned was through others' success and things that they shared with us.
That's right. And I love the Wealth Builder program, because I think it's got, it's just got so many great assets to the new distributors coming in. And is that how you bring people in?
A lot of them, after they had the first event, tried the product and knows that it works, they always want to come in and see what is my best deal, what is my best option in buying them at a, discounted price. And when they see the discount price for the Wealth Builders, they're all in. Like, they're just blown away that they can have so many products at a big discount price like that. So absolutely is so.
Well, very cool. And, Marian, I can tell that you absolutely love this business, because you can tell it just comes straight from the heart. So the one question that I love to ask people kind of at the end is, looking back, you're kind of considered to be a pro now. At 5-star, you're getting up there with them for sure. And super impressive that you guys made a goal to sign 3, make them 3 stars, and help them sign 3 and do that in a year. So that is such a great story. Looking back over your time with Sizzle, if you had to look back and say something maybe you do different that maybe held you back at first, what advice would you give to the new person coming in from where you are now?
That's a very good question. So something that held me back a lot was the fear of what other people think. And it really kept me from sharing with people that, I could have helped. But now that I have, and that goes with the 5 steps to success that we hear a lot, is to grow personally and to have a team, an upline that is supportive and encourages you and is there to help you with whatever it is you're going through. And I did that a lot. I shared my frustrations and the things that I'm struggling with, and that is one of the things that helped me move me forward. They believed in me, where I could then believe in myself and just share with confidence. But because of the products and how superior, powerful they are, it makes it so much easier for me to share because people see the results, and it just gives me more confidence. And the one thing that goes a long, long way in the business is to have a passion product and then be confident in sharing it.
Mm-hmm. And, I've heard that answer quite a bit from some of the people I've interviewed, and them just saying that same thing, that in the beginning they were too scared to talk to someone or didn't want to bother people, and they wish they would have gotten over that quicker. So I guess that takes some experience and stuff, but I hear that quite a bit. So is there something that you'd like to say that I haven't asked you tonight?
I just want to say to everybody out there, it is so possible. Sizzle is like none other, and it's like the diamond in the rough in today's world. And I just encourage everyone to write down your goals and strive for it and don't give up. One thing that we always try to keep in mind is to be valuable to the team, because no one sees a value in you until they feel valued by you. And that is so true. For me, I just like to put myself in other people's shoes, and I try to imagine what they're going through and try to just bring to them what they might be looking for. I remember being introduced to different network marketing companies, and always the business side. I was absolutely not looking for a business opportunity. I was looking for better health. So it's always that thing of trying to, accommodate the person that you're working with what they're looking for. Mm-hmm. And with that, thank you so much for having me on the call tonight. It's been a pleasure, and I just appreciate all you do. And I still want to say thank you to Sizzle for accommodating our Amish culture in making it so much easier in building our business with the sales tools and everything that you do. It's so appreciated.
Oh, thank you. And it's easy to do because you guys are such hard workers and have such great ideas. Like you say, you've gotten on here, and Marian given so many great bits of information and pieces of, business building material for them to kind of take back. I think it's very cool when the leaders get up here and have specific things that others can really listen and try and do that work for them. And it sounds like you're building your team and doing that same thing with you. So congratulations from us. We're all super proud of you. And Noah, sorry we missed him tonight, so tell him congratulations from us too. And I can't wait to see what we see from you this next year, you and Noah as well. Congrats, Marian.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Wow, it feels like a month goes by, but it only feels like a week every time we do this call. It creeps up fast on us, and it just seems like we just barely had the last call. And we're actually a week after on this one, so it's kind of exciting to get on here on the call and kind of recap everything that happened, because last month, it was a wild one. I hope everybody was holding on, because we had another record-breaking month in sales. We had a ton of fun here at the Mower Mountain Leadership Summit. I mean, I think there was more knowledge gained and more fun had at this Mower Mountain. And I know we say this every year than any other Mower Mountain before, but after 30 years of doing this Mower Mountain, every year it gets better and better and better, and more people are coming. And it's a fun family activity that I think we had a little over 100 children. I think people were a little crazed when everybody was doing the tours through the facility, because you have to be 18 to go through the facility, and kids are running around everywhere, and diapers need to be changed and looking for parents. And it was wild, but it was fun, and we loved it because ultimately Sizzle is a family business, and It was founded on the simple principle of protecting our family and creating a sizzle safe mantra on protecting the Mower family. And of course, this mission has gone worldwide, and it has literally taken the world by storm and flourished into so many people's families. And so when people bring their families out here and participate in Mower Mountain, it's humbling, and it's also a blast to see how many families' lives and children's lives are being protected by removing all these chemicals and harmful ingredients out of your house. And so I'm going to recap Mower Mountain. And I think we have a short 2-minute video to kind of give a short recap of what everybody that didn't come missed out on. That was just day one. That was the fun day where we had horseback riding and razor rides and fishing, and we got rained out for a few hours. But like Karen said, the first year we brought blankets up and it was over 100 degrees. And this year we gave everybody cooling towels and it was freezing and everybody's looking for their coats. And so hopefully this next year we can pick something in the middle, maybe something that keeps you cool and keeps you warm in some magical way. But no, the rain didn't stop us. Matter of fact, I think the rain made the story just a little bit more fun because mud was being slung around and people were going for razor rides coming back covered in mud. People were literally cutting garbage bags or putting holes in the top of them to stick their head up through so they didn't get muddy. But there was mud all over their face and over their shoes and going through the creek. And it was an absolute blast. And that is not where the fun stopped. Up at our personal ranch where we, our cattle ranch at our barn and our field with our pond and our animals. We rented out and sponsored a whole section at the Strawberry Days Pleasant Grove Rodeo, one of the larger pro rodeos that we have here in Utah. And we had a banner and a flag, and we were giving out flags to everybody. And every time that banner would come around, everybody would wave and cheer and hoot and holler. And they actually, I think by accident, there was a bull named Fire and Ice, kind of by coincidence that was there. And it was pretty fun to see. And everybody, I think, had an absolute blast. Everybody, I think, was tanked up on some strawberries and cream that they were giving out. And it was just a wonderful, fun, just high energy, fun time, guys. And so I hope if you didn't make it, that you don't that you do come out the next time, but not only for the fun, because besides the fun, like I said earlier, there was so much knowledge gained. We launched new products. We talked to leaders from around the world. We had a whole section where leaders from Japan came and talked about things that they have done, things that they have seen be successful in their markets, and how what they are doing to have success in their own teams. And that's what's unique about Sizzle. There is no perfect formula to create a team. Some do a 3x3, some do a 5x5, some rely solely on the wealth builder, some focus on a single product, some have lots of preferred customers. There are so many different ways to build this unique company, and your own unique company, because that's literally what you're building, your own personal business program. And we were able to learn from so many people and talk about state of the art. We had 6-time world champion bareback rider Casey Field come out and talk about mindset and the power that you have on setting goals and having a positive mindset and really focusing in on those goals and being able to accomplish them. And we were humbled to be blessed with his presence to come out and talk about his life experience and what has set him apart as being the world's greatest bareback rider in history. And so there's lots of fun to be had at Mower Mountain, and we had tons of it. I think kids were passed out in the middle of the field, and people were, having just a really, really good time. But so much knowledge was being gained. And I have to say, these awards that we gave out, it was so fun to see the shock and the awe when they hear their name called to come and get these prestigious awards that we've been giving away for literally 3 decades. We had the Rising Star with Amos and Miriam Stoltz. We had the Shining Star with Amanda Koblitz. The Brilliant Star with Vernon and Rose Yoder, the CEO Award with Kenton and Doris Burkholder. We had the All Stars with Jonathan and Luella, Jake and Katie Byler, Noah Miriam. I don't speak Japanese, but Sato, I can say that last name. And then we had the 2023 Inspired Leader, which was Laura and Dom, who have just been killing it. They're taking Sizzle by storm right now. And then our highest, most prestigious award that we were able to give, which is the Bull of the Woods, which my grandfather, Tom Mower Sr., would give away every single one of these Mower Mountains. And to see the look on her face when she knew it was coming, we could see in the back, we made eye contact, and she was looking down a little bit. She knew it was coming, the very last award of the night, and she hadn't gotten any of them. And it was humbling to see the tears and the gratitude and all the years, and not just days or months, but years of leadership and, goal setting and going to meetings and cold calling and learning more about products, and to be able to receive that award to such a magnificent person. It was amazing to see. So guys, Mower Mountain recap, simply, it was fun. We learned a ton. We launched lots of new products that I hope everybody's loving right now, because I know in my household, we're loving every single one of them. I don't know how many times we've got requested since we launched the melons, the sweet melon, to put it in a shampoo because it smells so good. You almost want to eat it because it smells so good. The sun tanning lotion, the lip balms. And then I think we're going to actually learn about one of the products coming up about how it's helping most people's horses, Max Motion. And with that, I'm going to kick the time over to my father, Tom Jr., to talk a little bit about Max Motion. Oh, no, I'm kicking it over to Kaden. Sorry, Kaden, I skipped you. I went to the more important. Kaden's going to talk about the Leadership Summit.
Close enough. I can talk about Max Motion if we want, but we'll save that for Dad. He knows all about it. But thank you, Thomas. I do not think anyone else could have summed it up better. Mower Mountain last year was a blast. I love seeing the comment that Mary said, a rainy day at camp beats the best day at work. And I think it's funny because this was work, and it was also the best day at camp, which is awesome that we work and live in a community with Sizzle, that the rainy day at camp is a blast, and we're all there to learn and grow our businesses and better our lives. And so it is technically work. It was funny. I just started planning Mower Mountain the past year or two, and one of my coworkers has been here for 15 years or so since the beginning. And actually with New Ways before, a long time ago, he's been with Mower Mountain. Actually, that photo that my dad showed in 2005, I think it was, when I was just like 7 years old, 7 or 8, he took that photo and I was like, how often does it rain? Like, I cannot believe it's raining up here. It was 100 degrees last year. And he was like, yeah, honestly, out of all the years I've done Mower Mountain, I think it's rained twice. And the last time was like 20 years ago. And so I was really bummed on it. And then I started talking to everyone. Everyone's, oh, this is awesome. It's a blast. It's cooled down. There was a mountain of black trash bags, as Thomas said, that people were sticking their head through so they could go on the razor ride. And there was probably 100 pounds of mud on each razor. And it made it just that much more fun. So in all of the fun of Mower Mountain 2023, I get a launch, not quite the dates. The dates will be launched later this month. We're still working on ironing out those dates, and where we're growing so much, we're having to figure out where we can fit all of us in to do the next Mower Mountain, which is an exciting problem to have. But I do get to launch the Mower Mountain 2024 competition. As you can tell through these slides, it's the same competition as this year. We figured if it's not broke, don't fix it. We have gotten such great feedback. The company's growing. Everyone's organizations are growing with this competition. So we're going to stick to the same 3 R's: recruiting, rank advancement, and retention. But for all of those that might not know of this competition, I'm going to go through really quickly the competition details. And then later this week, you'll see the updated Mower Mountain. Later this week or next week, you'll see the updated Mower Mountain flyer with all of the dates, pricing, and all of this competition details. But for now, so the recruiting points will be determined by the amount of own volume your new recruit orders during their enrollment. So if your new recruit during their initial order places volume 100 to 199 OV, then you'll receive 10 points. If it's in between 200 and 299 OV, then you'll receive 20 points. And if it's over 300 OV, you'll receive 30 points. And with Wealth Builders, which is exciting that we have a new Max Motion Wealth Builder that you guys can build on, which we're also going to talk about another contest during this call after my dad explains Max Motion. If you get an initial order of that Wealth Builder, you'll get 50 points, which will also help you in the next competition, which we'll explain at the end of the call. Next one is retention. So this is going to be if you can keep your new recruit ordering on the second month. If that second month they place a volume 100 OV to 199 OV, you'll get 5 points. 200 OV to 299 OV, you'll get 10 points, and 300 or more OV, 15 points. And that's through the whole competition. We saw a lot of people getting more points this competition because it was 9-10 months long. I think it was 9 months. So if you get people this first month and they're continuing ordering and you're building a really strong foundation in your organization and keeping people throughout the contest, then you receive a lot of points during that. The third one is going to be rank advancement. So Noah and Marian would have received a lot of points with this one. So if you rank up to Master Distributor, 5 points, Master Builder, 10 points, 1 star, 25 points, 2 star, 35 points, and so up. You'll be able to see that in that flyer. So this is going to be the competition. It does start July 1st. So we are backdating if you have had anything that would have given you points up to or through the past 2 weeks. July 1st, we will backdate that. So it is starting July 1st all the way until May 19th, I believe. That'll be updated on the flyer as well to the end date where that'll be. So everyone's wondering what you win. So we are going to do the monthly winners again this year. This first month of July, the winner that earns the most points is going to get a Sizzle Seasoned Sweet Melon set. That's with the lotion and the foaming hand soap. And like Thomas said, everybody is raving about this combo. The sweet melon, I've even heard it a handful of times, people saying, put that in the shampoo, put it in a body wash, put it in anything, because it smells so good. Even at my house, I think I had to get 2 or 3 of them because we keep running out, or people come and wash their hands and want to try it and end up taking it. And it's really great product. And then every month, if you look at the Sizzle Scoop, we'll announce what that next monthly winner prize is going to be. Final winners is going to be the same as this last year. First and second get a presidential suite at the Marriott Hotel. They'll also get travel reimbursement and their ticket refunded. And if you want to know just how nice that is, ask Stephen and Brenda Yoder and Amos and Miriam Stolzfus. We'll have to see what they thought of those presidential suites. They are nice. Third, fourth, and fifth place will get the all expense paid trip with a hotel at the Marriott, travel reimbursement, and ticket refunded. 6th to 11th place will win travel reimbursement and ticket refunded, and 12th and 20th place will receive ticket reimbursement to Mower Mountain. Those tickets should come on in the next couple weeks, so watch out for that as well. Also with that, if you are not in the top 20, you can still use those points for vouchers when you come to the event. So even if you're not in the top 20, which you should push for, you can still come to the event and get a good benefit for competing in this competition. So that is the Mower Mountain contest. Like I said, watch for that flyer in the next couple weeks with all of the details. And then now I'm going to bring on my father, who just barely launched Max Motion, the joint supplement for horses. And just here in the office, we are hearing testimonies like crazy. And out in the field, we're hearing them as well. And people are actually really seeing the benefits. And it is incredible to compare this to other products. And you see just how little other products have, or how they'll have really specific stuff. But this is a full spectrum joint formula that my dad's going to talk about. Dad?
Thank you, Kaden. It's great to be here today and to listen to all the exciting things. And I'll tell you what, this is an exciting product. Since I brought this out, Leisel doesn't paw the ground as much. She doesn't chew on the wood furniture. We are a testimony of the products here. And now if we get someone to comb the burrs out of her hair, I think she'll look normal again. So Leisel, pay attention, because I'm going to quiz you after the very end of this on some of the ingredients and why they work in combination. But Max Motion is a product I've thought about for years, product that I've used for 1.5 decades, probably 15 years, because we're horse lovers. We've been called other things about horses too, but we are horse lovers. And we love our animals. And boy, those of you who have a pet, it's so hard, even with young kids, when they're in pain and things aren't right. It's even worse than if it were you. And, you go up in the barn in the morning or out in the field, and you feed and water, and you look them over, and, they're a little lame on one side or sore or something. You think, what can I do to make it better? Well, this is something that, I grew up with horses, and there's 2 main things. One, you hope you can get on and you don't get bucked off. And 2, you hope you can keep them healthy. And so I wasn't so good at the first one. I've cracked my head many a time on a fence post or on the ground getting bucked off. But I thought, I've been to school. I've, had the perfect mentor in my life to learn chemistry and what's beneficial. And so I made a product over 15 years ago that worked for my horses. And what I noticed, because I was a fan of going to the vet, if there was a problem, I took them to the vet much less if I used this product when it came to joints, inflammation, repair. And even since that time, I've made a better product. And even last year, when I brought out the ultimate product and we had people trying that, I've added additional ingredients as I do research on nutritional demographics that affect arthritis and inflammation and joint health and rebuilding. Unfortunately, some of you have received a phone call that says the scoop that's in there is only a third of what you need, because that was the scoop for last year. But now with the boron and the boswellia serrata and the fulvates and so much more that I've added to it to give us an even more complete product that nobody in the world has, we need a bigger scoop. Well, we have bigger scoops. And either if you have one of the original ones that you bought at Mower Mountain or received in the last couple of weeks, you need to use 3 times that amount. But even at a third, it's overbuilt from anything on the market. And so today I wanted to go through that product. You're always nervous in this industry if you bring out an animal type product, because that is a niche market. But we have a lot of horse lovers that are sizzle distributors and are nutritional experts and can understand the value of this product. I said, I'm not just going to make it for my own use. I'm going to make it for everybody to try. And we're almost to the point where we ought to start hearing some great testimonials. And I know it'll happen because, like I say, I've done it for years. And if you came to Mower Mountain, you heard me talk about my dog. And I put him on these ingredients. And, he had a bad right leg and he couldn't climb up on the furniture, which I don't like, but my wife is okay with. And he was having a hard time. I put him on that. And 3 days later, boy, he's just as rambunctious as ever. Well, with this product, I looked at all the major joints and, everything from fibrous joints, cartilaginous joints, synovial joints. Some joints slide, some joints hinge. They all work a little bit different. But every joint has one major issue, and that is the fact they are prone to inflammation and injury. And just like tires on a car, they wear out. How can we rebuild them? How can we make them work better? And how can we give them the components they need? Let's go to the next slide that we have. And if we take a look at a normal joint right here, just like people, horses, they suffer from osteoarthritis. And here are 3 basic diagrams, and they, in a real general sense, they show the synovial membrane, and that's responsible, the sac that goes around that and the space in the joint. Well, it's not just an empty space, it's full of synovial fluid. And that's made of hyaluronic acid. And one thing, just like with people, as horses get older, those things tend to become less. The integrity's lost, the cushioning's lost, and then they wear on each other. And they lose that cartilage that goes around there that's made of collagen that becomes thinner, and pretty soon they're bone on bone. And the space narrows. And so these are things that, I've looked at for decades, and over the last 15 years, I've addressed these issues, and I can tell you how I've addressed them. I cannot find a product on the market that compares to this. If I did, I would add it to it. That's why even last year versus this year, I made some big advancements. Let's go to the next. So if you look at some of the basic ingredients that are out there, you'll find most, not all, but most of these ingredients in different products. This is where the real advantage of having 300,000 square foot manufacturing and labs comes to play. I can manufacture these products in the quantities needed and buy them wholesale because I use many of these in other human products. And because of that, I can make a product that sells at a competitive price for a fourth of what it should be selling for, and put everything together. And you'll see the glucosamine, the MSM. When it says collagen peptides, we're talking about type 3, type 5. Type 2 collagen, 2,000 milligrams, is a real workhorse in this formulation. We'll talk a little bit about that. Glucosamine, you see at the top, second to the bottom, chondroitin. They work together to repair. Glucosamine is a real component in ligaments and tendons, but with chondroitin, it's not 1 + 1 = 2. It's 1 + 1, Leisel, you're not paying attention, equals 4. It works, yeah, there you go. It works much better. Now, ascorbic acid is in there for a reason. We need cofactors. Doesn't matter if you have the right building blocks. It's like bricks. If you have brick on brick, it falls apart. You need mortar to hold them together. Ascorbic acid or vitamin C, just like Leisel, my horses don't like to eat oranges. And so they need vitamin C if they're going to rebuild and repair collagen. Now, the proprietary blend that you see here, Boswellia serrata, that's Indian frankincense, and that reduces inflammation. Inflammation is horrific when it comes to wearing out a joint. Our body as a whole, if we can fight inflammation, we last longer, we're healthier, we're more flexible, we're more mobile. Fulvates, 10 million year old trace minerals, and we've just touched the surface on what trace minerals do, but we know they're vital to overall health. Manganese sulfate, that's another key component, cofactor to rebuilding a joint. Boron, dynamic studies on boron that show if we don't have it in our diet, we are much more prone to arthritis. And of course, limamui, fucoidan, adaptogenic, affects all different aspects of our health. Hyaluronic acid, very vital because that is the glue, per se, that makes up that liquid synovial fluid, important in skin also, and in joint repair. Let's go to the next. So when we look at the cartilage repair, we look at easing arthritic symptoms, we also need to talk about bone function and mobility. And this is where we talk about glucosamine. This is vital to each of those. And so, and we don't get enough of it in our diet to have that peak amount that we need, like when we're young and we're growing. And so as a horse becomes older, these go down so we can supplement for that. This formulation is a formulation that is to be used every day, not just on a horse that has problems. It's that old thing, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. By just one simple scoop a day, and horses, they enjoy eating this, put that on a little bit of grain and they'll just eat that right up. This helps prevent so much more. Let's go to the next. So we have MSM in this formulation, and here in this diagram, it's a very key component for hoof health, because this is really the foundation of a horse. And within that hoof, we have the coffin bone, and we have synovial fluids, and we have tendons that go in there. The integrity of that outer wall is instrumental, but also MSM is very vital in other types of connective tissues too, not just keratin like this, but in cartilage, in tendons, in ligaments, but it also helps with skin, their hair, the coat, but the hoof quality. Let's go to the next. And so this is kind of an interesting factor. When we talk about inflammation, one of the greatest things we can do is have a wealth or a fountain of youth in our body of antioxidants that attack free radicals. Now, we have 3 major antioxidants, and Leisel, correct me if I'm wrong, in our bodies, and the same with horses. Glutathione, superoxide dismutase, and what was the last one, Leisel? Catalase. Yeah. And so we have catalase also. Now, if we have enough of these, those are our body's natural frontline defense to neutralize. Now, I've taken glutathione supplements. People say, you'll see an increase, and I've gone to doctors and had my blood drawn before and after, never seen an increase. But science has proven with MSM, if you're ingesting that, you increase the mother of all antioxidants, glutathione, in your body. and that reduces inflammation. So that's a real key component of this product also. Let's go to the next. Now, collagen peptide. So if you look at a collagen molecule, let's say that's a house. If we have a little bit of an earthquake, it starts to settle. If we take the house apart brick by brick, those would be the peptides. Those are the most basic fragments of collagen. Once we have that, we take the house of bricks apart, then we can build a hen house, or for Leisel, an outhouse. We can use those bricks in many different places. So we fortify this formulation with collagen peptides so that they're readily available when there's an injury or a repair, a rebuild. Those bricks are there. So we've included those in this formulation also. Let's go to the next. Now, type 2 collagen, like I say, all collagens are not alike, and there is one very specific form of collagen that is used in a joint to not only slow down aging, but to actually rebuild a joint, and that's type 2 collagen. And it's not just ingesting the type 2 collagen, because you have to have a special form of that. A fraction of it has to be undenatured, has to be like that collagen molecule. Now, when that goes into your gut, there's a little specific area called a Peyer's patch. When it attaches to that, it signals your body and all your joints of your body that they can accept this free-floating type 2 collagen to rebuild. And it also reduces pain. And that was a major discovery that happened here, maybe a decade ago or so, that it's scientifically proven. So of course we have to have in that, because we're not looking just to slow and ease pain. We're looking to repair, and it has to be the right form, the right percent. I think we have 2,000 milligrams in a daily dose of this material. Let's go to the next. So type 2 collagen, here talks a little bit more about that. You look here, this is right above the hoof. You can barely see the coffin bone down there. You have the hoof wall, and this is an articulating cartilage. There's actually on the back, there's a flexure tendon right there. These become disjointed, like the horse founders, and then pretty soon that coffin bone starts to rotate, and you have just ongoing problems after that. So if we can maintain and keep the inflammation and the swelling down and supply good, clean synovial fluid, or all the components to build that, and help those wear areas to maintain that interface, we're much less prone to disease. This is a product not only for a horse, like I say, in pain, has problems. This is one for a daily use to keep that good horse maintaining at peak performance. So let's go to the next. Chondroitin sulfate, glucosamine, like I said, these reduce inflammation also, but they're also key components in rebuilding cartilage. And so we put them together and we have a much better result. Let's go to the next. Vitamin C, like I brought up, this is a cofactor. There's a lot of things with vitamin C with skin, but when you're talking about tendons and ligaments and blood vessels, vitamin C is huge. We always think of it as being a free radical scavenger, a great antioxidant, which it is, but it is a key component. So when you have types of collagen, hyaluronic acid, chondroitin, they need that as a catalyst to make them form the material that your body's looking for. In this case, collagen. Next. The proprietary blend, Boswellia serrata. This is extremely effective, and those of you on Renovator can attest to that. It is great anti-inflammatory. This helps reduce that pain within the joint. Magnesium sulfate, or manganese sulfate, excuse me, helps to ensure that animals receive adequate manganese levels. This is interesting too, because not only does it help with proper growth, but bone development, and it's one of those cofactors for reproduction health. Now, boron, this is something since a year ago, what we first tested. In reading demographic studies, we found a lot of interesting things associated. I think we have a slide on that we'll talk about in a minute. And then limamui like fucoidin, we've added that to the formula. Let's go to the next slide. Here's the boron right here. Now, if you look at each of these categories, the amount of swelling, the number of joints affected, the condition of the worst joint, restriction in movement, condition of all joints, pain medication. This is actually, this is a study done in humans. How many pain meds per day? And then if you had pain with movement. In fact, let's just take that one. The yellow, if you look at the yellow, when they had a boron supplement versus a placebo, look at that. It reduced that by 1/3. Each one of these categories are the same. And so this goes back to Australia. I think we have a few Australian distributors on here, and they can wear the crown on this and claim the glory, because it was one of their scientists that went throughout Australia, and they took food and soil samples, and they measured the amount of boron. And what they realized, that in an area that naturally had a lot of boron in the diet, arthritis was way down. Where you had high boron levels, arthritis was down. If you had low boron levels, arthritis was up. But they also found you could supplement boron and have the arthritis levels go back down. So this is something I don't think I've ever seen it in a horse product before, but this is a great benefit to this formulation. Let's go to the next. Beta-glucan. This is something you'll find in some formulas, especially the racehorse industry really likes it because it helps with inflammation. A lot of running horses will get respiratory problems. This is comes from oats, barley. This is where it originates from. But this helps them with their immune system. It helps reduce a lot of stress levels that come from inflammatory conditions such as arthritis. This is a natural product that we need to have in this formulation. A lot of people will just buy straight beta-glucan, and that's what they use. It's a piece of the puzzle in overall joint health, but it has some great benefits in overall reduction of inflammation. Let's go to the next. Hyaluronic acid. This is something that you see in a lot of skincare. We see it we put it in our collagen B3 product, because this is something that our skin, our joints, synovial fluid, this is kind of like when you make a Jell-O and you have a powder and you add water and it swells and becomes bigger. The same thing with hyaluronic acid. It will hold thousands of times its own weight in water, but it's key to maintaining that fluid cushion in a knee or a hock or a different stifle, to have that cushion in there. And as a horse ages, those levels go down. And so if we have, unfortunately, when you go to a vet, I mean, they do what they have to do and they'll inject it. You have an encapsulated area around a joint. You hate to penetrate it, because then you could start infection in there. You reduce the integrity. So the healthy way to do it is with hyaluronic acid, to make sure you're maintaining that water, that cushion, that synovial fluid. So, of course, we have this in our formulation. Let's go to the next. So what would you pay for these products? In fact, I was doing some more research. Here's some out there. I was looking at a product here from Penwood. This is a real popular product, Joint and GI Health. And it has glucosamine, MSM, vitamin C. It's got a little bit of what we have in it. Some of these products you see here, you look at the first one on the left, it has collagen peptides type 1 and 3. That's great. Sells for $167. Here's one that's just collagen. It's only a 40-gram bottle, $45. Another collagen, $225. Think of these, these are month supply products. Here's another collagen peptide only, $70. Now here's a really good one, this Flexithin product, $193, has MSM, has type 2 collagen. That's pretty much it, those two ingredients, but they are expensive. I agree, $193. Then they have their flavor and sugars and things they needed there to keep it preserved for $193.99. And then kind of a similar thing over here on the product on the right. So what would you pay for this? If I were to go out and market this product for a month's supply, we would have to, if you did a normal wholesale retail, have a manufacturer make this product, it would be a $350, $400 a month product. We've combined the hyaluronic acid, the beta glucan, chondroitin, MSM, glucosamine, type 2 collagen, type 1, type 3, all these things together. Well, because we do the research, because we have a lab, because we have the manufacturer, this product is $89. Now that surprises a lot of people. Results are everything. And we're looking at it, let's get out there and let's help people. That's the number one thing right there. And we can make a small margin on it to make it profitable. There's a reason why a lot of people don't go into this market, because how many people have a horse tied up in their backyard? Not many people. But I'll tell you what, when you go and you look for that, you will find people who are in the cutting horse industry, or they're training buggy horses or roping. I mean, Thomas and Kaden, they're aspiring ropers, and I have a lot of fun watch them catch everything but the calf. But now they're actually doing pretty good, and it's a lot of fun. But horses are work animals, big, heavy draft horses, and they deserve the very best. And I will tell you right now, there is not a product on the market that compares to this. And it's not something I just brought out. It's something, I had brown hair when I first started bringing this product out. It's gone gray. And that's just hearing about Leisel's love life, that I've lost the color in my hair. But this is a product, if I ever had a product that I thought, is it going to work? It's a no-brainer. I know it works. And tried it forever. So go out there, talk about it to people. They will not find a better product. This is 10 products in one, and they definitely won't find a better price. Kaden, Milo, Thomas, who do I turn it back over from here?
I'm going to take over from here.
Okay.
So now that you know what you're selling, now you want to know what you're selling it for, huh?
And how about a competition?
Oh, yeah. So this competition, I am extremely excited for. This is going to be a very fun competition. As Milo explained earlier today, we do have the Max Motion Wealth Builder with 5 Max Motions, brochures. You also get the duffel bag, water bottle, all of that. The Wealth Builder alone is a great system. It's a great profit center. Really helps build the business. And we figured, since we're coming out with this great product, we're coming out with a new Wealth Builder. So we wanted to create a contest all based around the Wealth Builder. So the contest, you're going to have two ways of getting points: from selling the Wealth Builders, but also from testimonials. We want to see everyone seeing results with that. So you get points from that as well. But let's go through the Wealth Builder point breakdown. So the point breakdown is made to, or created to, mimic the commissions that you get from your direct Freedom and Wealth team. This isn't from your downlines, Wealth Builder teams and so forth. It's not moving all the way up. This is your direct Freedom team and your direct Wealth team. So as you know, if you sign up, or you start your Wealth Builder system, and in the first 2 weeks, you sign up 3 of your Freedom team with the Wealth Builder, or with the Max Motion Wealth Builder, then you'll get 100 points for each of those. If it's past your 2 weeks, then you'll get 50 points for each of those. And if you sign up your 4th and 5th person on your Wealth team with the Max Motion Wealth Builder, then you'll get 130 points. Once you get into that turbo bonus with your 6th person and so on, you'll get 150 points each wealth builder that you sell. So as you can tell, as you get farther on, it's going to really start building up. On top of just the regular wealth builder, we're also offering 50 points for every qualifying wealth builder that is purchased from people that want to start onto the competition and start building their wealth builder teams. So that's the point breakdown for the wealth builder packs. The testimonial point breakdown. So if you send us if you send us a before video of the horse that you are starting on, then you'll receive 30 points for that video. After that, sending after videos. So every 2 weeks, you'll receive 50 points for sending in those. Later on, we'll explain where to send those. You'll receive 20 points for sending a before photo. With this before photo, make sure that you're up close and clear on the area that you're watching for transition. 40 points for every photo after that. So every 2 weeks, send a photo of the horse in that same area. And then we want to do 50 points for every testimonial statement from a third-party certified specialist. So this is if you're going out and having vets test it, if you're having any specialist in the horse industry testing this product and getting their statements and sending it in, you'll receive 50 points. But let's go through the requirements for those. So the video requirements, video must be shot in 4K quality. It must be 60 frames per second, must be stable with little shakiness. So it has to be pretty clear. It can't be moving all around. It needs to be filmed horizontally and not vertically. Video must show horses movement. So it has to be applied to Max Motion and to horses. Has to show them walking around, seeing where you're expecting to see the growth and benefits from. If anyone is in the videos, you need to send in a release form from them so we can use that video. And then the photo requirements has to be clear and close to those. So the same area, make sure that the photo's up close to the area. Anyone in those photos also has to send a release form so we can use those photos. Testimonial requirements. Statement must show third-party certified specialist qualification. So we have to know that they are who they are saying to be, the third-party qualified. Must be written approval. There must be written approval from that third-party certified specialist for us to be allowed to use that statement. So what do you do with all these videos? So email the third-party certified specialist statement to marketing@sizzle.net and make sure to attach your name and ID number so we know who is getting the points for those. You can also, and then for the photos and video, scan the QR code to upload the videos, or you can go to the link that you see on the screen. The QR code is on the screen as well. If you're not able to see this later this week, we'll send out an email, a text, we'll upload it onto the back office. You'll see it on social media. We'll send out the flyer to everyone. So this competition is backdating to July 1st. So if anyone has hopped on it really early and started selling the Max Motion Wealth Builders, then you've already started to build up points. And then we're going to do this throughout the end of the year. So this is going to go for 6 months to the end of December. In order to qualify for the rewards that we're just about to go over, you have to get a minimum of 300 points per month. So let's go over what the winnings are. So we have thrown it all into this. So there is over $9,600 worth of winnings in this competition. So first of all, we're going to do a monthly winner every month for 6 months, and they're going to get a free month of Max Motion equine formula. So that's a value of $89 a month, $534 throughout the competition. So the final winners at the end of the competition, who has accumulated the most points from selling the Wealth Builder to sending in testimonial statements to videos and photos, whoever has gotten the most points, this third place will win a 6-month supply, a half a year of Max Motion, valued at $534. Second place will get a full year of Max Motion, 12 canisters, over $1,000 value. And then the grand prize, we have gotten so much feedback of how exciting it was for the fitness sales competition. So we decided to do the same reward. We're offering a 4-night stay, 5-day at our personal family cabin in the Rocky Mountains. You'll come over, we'll stay, we'll have food, we'll go on tours. We're going to do a tour through Supernatural, our manufacturing plant just right across the street. You'll be able to see how the Sizzle Safe standards are able to be withheld through all of our quality control and see all of the lines and state-of-the-art equipment. You'll have paid travel expenses to Utah for the winner and +1. And the fun part about this is a 10,000 square foot, over 10,000 square foot cabin that has beds to fit well over the 15 guests that you're able to bring. There's a bed for every single one of those guests if they want. And on top of it, you have access to the ranch. You can ride 4-wheelers. There's horses, activities, as much as you want to do. And all of those details will be on the flyer that's going out. But that is going to be an awesome first place prize for whoever gets the most points during this competition. So that is the competition. Watch for all of those communications coming out this week with all of the details and flyers for you to pass out and share. This is going to be exciting. I'm excited to watch the leaderboards and sending out all of the communication and seeing who's doing the best. And at that, I'm going to say good luck on the competition, and we'll see you guys all soon if we're not out there, or next year at Mower Mountain. See you, everyone.